Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic. For today's episode, I thought I'd be taking a look at Kenner's Snare Arm Swamp Thing. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this guy. In the animated series, Swamp Thing was once a scientist named Alec Holland, whose secret laboratory was destroyed by Arcane and his evil cronies. Doused with burning and corroding chemicals and falling into a nearby swamp, the resulting accident transformed him into the Swamp Thing. He is now vowed to protect the swamp from all evil with his supernatural powers. This story is different than in the comic books, where it is later revealed that Swamp Thing is actually a plant elemental who has gained the thoughts and memories of Alec Holland after he was tragically killed. Okay, so here we have Extending Arm Swamp Thing. Now, when this series came out in the 90s, I became an instant fan, and I wanted to collect every single different variation of these guys that they had, and I just about did. There was like maybe only two that came out towards the end of the line that sadly slipped by me. Still, this guy has to be one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I think he's in running with the Camouflage Swamp Thing. As far as the sculpt goes, I mean, it's pretty decent. You can tell that he's made up of a lot of different little moss and other weeds and plants, and he's basically only two tones of green, dark green and sort of this light yellow green right here. He has these nice red eyes that help him stand out, and he has his signature Swamp Thing kind of nose jowl kind of feature. There's not too much articulation here. I mean, the arms kind of go up and down and the legs go up and down. I mean, what can you do? That's all that articulation we had back then. He has some nice little sculpted feet right here. Yeah, because he is pretty much a guy that was turned into a plant, although in the comics they're not sure if it's a plant that was turned into a man. Before I go into the gimmick, let me just talk about the little guy he came with. He came with this like little root trap door little guy. You can kind of see through it. It looks like it's made up of moss and roots and other stuff. And you just open up the mouth right here, and I kind of like how its little tongue looks exactly like a leaf. It's a nice little detail. And the idea is you just step on it right there, and then it'll snap close on the guys. It doesn't have any spring action to it, but that's kind of okay. Those springs will wear out over time. And this one, it seemed to the action is really still stiff on it, so it's held up pretty well over all these years. Now, as far as this guy's gimmick goes, have you seen one of my Rock Lords collections? I don't mind it when the arms kind of extend out, because it doesn't kind of take too much away from the toy, and it's just something that's kind of cool. I like having my characters being able to dangle from something precariously when I'm playing, or, well, when I used to play with them when I was a kid. Sadly, however, the springs inside him aren't exactly all that strong. I mean, granted, the arm will snap back really fast and really well when it's just him, when it's just his hand, but if he's like holding on to something, it's not going to... let me try that again. It won't really pull up as much weight, not compared to other ones. So you can see it kind of still will dangle down here a little bit. But still, other than that, it's not that bad of a gimmick, and he's not that bad of a figure. They came with a lot of neat vehicles and some very neat accessories like other allies and villains. And the Swamp Thing line wasn't actually all that bad. Still to this day, he's one of my favorite characters out of this whole line, and I'm actually really happy I had him. Anyways, this has been a look at Extending Arm Swamp Thing. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like, subscribe, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Also, feel free to check out some of my other toy review videos. Anyways, see you next time.